Welcome to PLZ Soccer's fixture preview of the SPFL. Roughly, the table's starting to take shape now. First game we're going to look at, Rangers against Ross County. Rangers will be buzzing about their Champions League qualification, won't they?
Yeah, this could be a hard shift for Ross County. The whole place will be buzzing, supporters will be buzzing, players will be really looking forward to it. Depends how much he tampers with the team, but I think there's only one winner in this one, and I think Ross County will be hoping to get away with maybe 2 or 3-0.
Well, Ross County have got two players, two match bans for Jack Baldwin and Ross Callaghan. Tam, deserved?
Yes, particularly the Callaghan tackle, which is one of the worst tackles I've seen in a long time. Obviously, they've both been cited by the SFA, so they're going to miss him, but I don't think it'll make any difference. I agree with Ruffy, whatever team Rangers put out will just win the game.
Yep. Well, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst says Morelos won't be included in the squad, but he's going to have a discussion with him next week. He'd love to be a fly in the wall in that room.
Yeah, I think it'll be the first time they've had a discussion here, and I think things are pretty serious over there just now. They've actually got to make their mind up, whether they keep him or try and get rid of him and get the money, because he's on the last year of his contract.
Right, Tam, next game, Aberdeen against Livingston. Aberdeen are 5th right now, 6 points out of 12. Could they be ones to watch this season, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I think most people were impressed with them, even at Celtic Park in the first game. The good result last week at St Johnstone at home. They lost to Motherwell a couple of weeks ago, so Livingston will go up there. They're a hard team to predict, but you would fancy Aberdeen to win that.
Yeah. Well, roughly 4 goals conceded, 4 goals scored for Livingston, and not too bad start for them.
No, with David Martindale in during the week, he's quite okay with the way they're doing. I think he does think they're going to be a top 6 team this year, but Aberdeen have got to get their act together. They can't afford to getting beat 3-2 with Motherwell. Yeah. They've got to start winning at home and keep the fans on side.
Well, Jim Goodwin's brought in 11 signings. Could that work in Livingston's favour, do you think, just in terms of being familiar with each other?
Yeah, possibly. I think that Aberdeen obviously has a huge turnover of players from Stephen Glass's team. I think Jim's now got his own team, the people he wanted in, so he's going to be judged now. So I think they've got to gel. They've got to gel quickly. But Leighton Clarkson, a couple of great goals he scored already this season, so he might be one to watch.
Is he the kind of player that can make the difference from top 6 to bottom 6 when it comes to it then?
Yeah, I think so. You've seen his goal last week, the winning goal at St Johnstone, and that's turned 1 point into 3 for Aberdeen. So I think he'll be a key player for him. Okay, next game, Kilmarnock and Motherwell. What have you got in the predictor for that one? Kilmarnock, Motherwell, I think I went for a draw. I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals in that game. I think Ruffy maybe went for a draw as well.
Right. Same, yeah.
No, I haven't. No. I don't think Kilmarnock have got goals in them. I've got Motherwell to win 1-0.
Ah, right.
Are you going to ever pick Kilmarnock to win a game this season?
Well, it depends how they go on at the weekends.
Could this be the first real chance for them, though, Ruffy, after playing Celtic, Rangers,
this is
Ross
the chance.
County?
This is the fixture that I'm sure the manager, Derek McManus, will be looking at. There'll be a fixture list and he'll look at one of the games where he identify we've got to take 3 points. But they haven't looked good at all, and they haven't been scoring enough goals. So it'll be an interesting one to keep your eye on, but I'm going for Motherwell. Yeah,
well, Motherwell get 3 points against Livingston last week through, some might say, a dodgy decision from a referee. Is it just about luck being on your side, Tam, sometimes? Sometimes
it is in a tight game. You look at the stats, there was nothing in the game at all. I don't think there was a shot on target for either team, and very soft penalty. Motherwell were on the right side of that. You've got to take it when you get it, because it might be this Saturday they're on the wrong side of it.
Right, well, St Mirren and Hibs. St Mirren also have come into the game with 2 wins behind them. Can they continue their winning ways?
I think this will be a draw as well. I worry about Hibs because, in my opinion, Hibs always raise it against the bigger teams, and they've done that this season. Good points against the Hearts and Rangers. Away to St Mirren, everybody's expecting Hibs to win, and that's when they usually come a cropper, but I think they'll get a draw.
A last-minute goal again for Hibs against Rangers last week. Are you beginning to see sparks out of that team then, that they can really give other teams a good go?
Yeah, I think that it's a great trait to have, scoring late goals. I think Hibs have always been maybe associated with it the other way, losing goals. The old Hibs phrase, but I think they're showing a bit of steel, a bit of grit, and they're digging out points. They've dug out 5 points, I think, in the last minutes of the games. St Johnstone, Hearts and Rangers, so that's a good thing to have.
What have you got in that one, Ruffy?
Yeah, I would worry about digging points out in the last couple of minutes of games, because it doesn't happen all the time. You might take it sometime, you'll take it if it's there, but it's not going to. I think I went for a draw as well. I think St Mirren, obviously the win they got, they'll be a wee bit buoyant with that one, and I don't know, Tam will know better than me, but I just get a funny feeling that Hibs don't do particularly well at Love Street.
Is that right?
So I'm going to go a draw.
Yeah. Right, well, moving on, Hearts and St Johnstone on the Sunday. Will Hearts have a bit of a European hangover, Ruffy?
I think there'll be a wee bit of a hangover, but I don't think enough for them to lose the game. No. I haven't seen anything with St Johnstone. I think the fans, again, although they'll be disappointed, the Hearts fans will turn up in numbers, and get right behind their side, and I would expect Hearts to win that one.
This a good time for Callum Davidson then to play Hearts?
Yeah, I think it probably is. I think they've had a hard game during the week. They'll be disappointed that they're not in the Europa League. They've obviously still got the Conference League to drop into. I think this will be a very, very tight game, but I think Hearts might just grind out a 1-0.
Right then, finally, Dundee United will host Celtic. This game couldn't come at a worse time for Jack Ross, could it?
No, it couldn't. And a poor run. You know, we all thought when they beat Alkmaar at home, this is a real Dundee United team. You know, they're back, and I think they've lost every game since then. They've took a couple of heavy defeats as well. So I don't think there's pressure on Jack Ross, but he needs to get a better performance from the team. He's
not in trouble yet, Ruffy, do you think?
No, I don't think so, no. The fans will not be happy if they continue to lose. You can see at the end of the game last week they were walking out after the third goal, so it's not a tie you want to see. I would expect them this week to be playing a lot in defensive football, you know, try and stifle Celtic, but as soon as Celtic get that first goal, there's only going to be one winner.
Just looking at Celtic then, Haksabanovic from Rubin Kazan is their latest signing, similar to Jota and Maeda, but it's good to have that kind of, you can be able to rotate players with the amount of games Celtic are going to have.
Yeah, well, you can see now the two of them are in Europa, playing midweek and then playing at the weekend, and you know, you need as many players as you can get, and Ange has been rotating, you know, he's not frightened to take players off like 5 minutes into the second half if the game's done and dusted, so yeah, everybody will get a shot.
Just quickly looking at Celtic's draw yesterday, Real Madrid, Shakhtar Donetsk and RB Leipzig. Tam, how pleased would the Celtic fans be with that one?
I think they'll be very pleased with that draw. I think that Real Madrid was the one that a lot of Celtic fans were watching. I think it's the first time they've played them in 42 years, 1980.
Yeah.
Yep, so it's one they were desperate for. A lot of players were desperate for it as well. Celtic have played Barcelona about 40 times since then, so they were looking to get, you know, another Spanish giant. They've got that. Shakhtar Donetsk, I think they're capable of beating at home and away, and Leipzig, you know, we've seen against Rangers, they're a good side, but they're beatable. Yep,
quickly look at Rangers group as well. They've got Liverpool, Napoli and Ajax. Ruffy, what do you make of that group?
Well, I think they possibly get the harder of it. You know, Liverpool are known to be going right to the end, you know, the Champions League, you know, so they'll be thereabouts. We know Ajax are quality with the young players they bring through. So I think they'll maybe get the tougher one of the two.
Yeah, I think so.
But for the fans' sake, it's three tremendous ties.
Yep. Well, that's us this week, guys. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the football show on Monday on PLZ Soccer's YouTube channel. We'll see you there.